Dear reader, I'm making this video for the 31st, but I wrote the script on the 28th, so it's the end of the year. I'm full of dominoes and dreams, curled up on my very messy bed. I was thinking about how I wanted this next year to go, and I was thinking about my resolutions for 2025, how I plan on utilizing my resources, and how I plan on making 2025 my best year yet. So, what are my resolutions? Honestly, my first resolution is to read 100 books next year. Honestly, I promised myself the challenge of reading 100 books. As someone who has time during the week to immerse myself in stories, this goal feels attainable. I know it might be tricky if I hit a reading slump like I did last summer. To combat this, I plan on leaning on audiobooks to keep a detailed reading journal. These tools will help me stay on track and rediscover my momentum when things slow down. What is my second resolution? My second resolution is to use my library and Libby app more. This year, I'm focused on borrowing rather than buying. My goal is to embrace my local library and the Libby app for most of my reading needs. It's my small way of resisting capitalism, reducing my reliance on Amazon, and supporting community resources. Plus, there's a unique joy in borrowing books and discovering hidden gems through the library system. ChatGPT. It comes up with the greatest scripts. Ah, Finished three unfinished series. Like many of you, I've started too many series and left them unfinished. This year, I'm determined to tie up some ends. At least three series, that's my goal. To start, I'm working on the Red Queen series and the Scythe series. Additionally, I've been eyeing a duology called Smoke and Soot, which has intrigued me for a while. Let's close those chapters together. My fourth resolution is to read more nonfiction. Fiction is my first love, but there's a world of wisdom waiting in nonfiction. I want to dive into topics that challenge and inspire me. This year, I aim to read 10 nonfiction books. Oh, GPT wants me to read 10 nonfiction books. One of the first on my list is Gödel Escher Bach, The Eternal Golden Braid by Douglas Hofstadter. This fascinating book weaves together worlds of mathematics, art, and music to explore a nature of human thought and intelligence. It's dense but rewarding, perfect challenge to expand my horizons. For more nonfiction goals and reflections, you can check out my video, Books I Didn't Quite Get to in 2024, where I discuss nonfiction books that left a lasting impression on me. No, that's not ChatGPT, you're wrong. Books I didn't quite get to in 2024 are books that I was meaning to get to but didn't get to. You're wrong, ChatGPT. Okay, okay. I use ChatGPT to help me brainstorm ideas, and these are some of the um and I was curious about what they had to say about the reading goals that I should do. Help me come up with resolutions. So some of these resolutions are mine and some of them are curated resolutions. One of them was explore readathons, buddy reads, and online sprints. I was curious about the booktube community help me get more involved. I already joined an online book club and I wanted to get more involved with community at times, but it feels like it can be hard because readers are necessarily disconnected as people unless you fit into a specific genre or a rally around a certain topic. So it's hard to find your community and people don't necessarily like you unless you fit in somewhere. I still haven't been able to find my place online. I keep looking. A lot of people seem to not really like me, or maybe it's just my perception that they don't like me. I keep thinking it's because I'm disabled, or I have bipolar disorder, or it's because I'm loud and outspoken, or maybe it's just because I just don't fit in, or haven't fit in, or because I'm one way or other, or too much, or not enough. I haven't decided. Maybe it's just people want me to shut up and go away, or maybe there's this community for me and I just haven't found them yet. I'm not sure. I read a lot of found family books, and it's because I'm looking for a place for myself in so many ways. like House of Frank. I read House of Frank in 2024, and that made me feel like I found family. Maybe you know what that's like too. I hope you found a place where you're looking for too in 2025. Resolution number 6, using reading journals long term. As you can see, my reading journal isn't quite very pretty, isn't very, my reading journal is not very pretty compared to some people. It's very utilitarian, but it works for me. I have a commonplace book as well where I keep my quotes, and I highly recommend that people start keeping a place for quotes because it's a benefit that you use to put all of your quotes in one place, being able to refer back to them for papers, essays, or just writing letters, email, posts, journal entries, etc. It's immensely satisfying. I use my commonplace book quite often, and it's well loved. But my reading journal is a mixture of straight journal and my experience of a book. We talk about the plot of a book, also what the book did for me, and it and thoughts it raised for me, my experience of the story as a whole and how it made me feel at the time, what I was going through when I read it, what I liked about it and didn't like about it. It gives me a point of reference when I go back to the book later on in my memory. I think about deciding whether I liked a book or hated a book, and my experience will speak as to whether I liked or hated the story, and the justifications I give for help me to understand it better. I feel like in a private journal, I'm much more likely to be honest because it's between me and the writing, and I don't have to answer to anybody. If I didn't like a story or a book, I can give it a 1 star in my journal without hurting the author because it's not going to hurt them in the long run because I'm not posting it to a profile, something I'm much less likely to do. I feel a certain amount of pressure to support authors no matter what. So, support authors no matter what, especially being a writer myself. It feels disingenuous to my experiences sometimes, even if I hated a story, but it feels like I just don't can't be mean. You know what I mean? Can you relate to that experience on BookTube, that pressure to give higher scores to make an author feel better about their work? Anyway, these are some bookish resolutions for 2025. I'm excited to take on some of these challenges. Sort of. I think exciting, amazing discoveries in books. What about you? What are some of your reading goals? Share them with me in the comments. I'd like to hear your plans and cheer you on. As always, thanks for being a part of the bookish community. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. Here's to another year of stories that change us. Love, Ari.